The 4th Infantry Division Court-Martial sitting in Gulu has sentenced 6 UPDF soldiers who allegedly assaulted people at Uganda's South Sudan border town of Elegu to 6 months in detention at the 4th Infantry Division Quarter Guard. These 6 UPDF soldiers have accepted that they assaulted civilians of Elegu Town Council at around 8 to 9 p.m. on the night of the 2nd April 2020 while implementing the presidential directive at 7 p.m. to 6:30 a.m. curfew.
Of assault causing actual bodily harm, contrary to section 236 of the Penal Code Act, chapter 120.
The UPDF officers Lance Corporal Awany Abwoli Constantine, Private Aibesibwe Elias, Private Amanya Rogers, Private Ebongo John Max, Private Makanga Muhammad and Private Muteke Robert all sought for pardon.
Entered Private Muteke Robert. Have you understood the brief facts?
Yes, sir.
Is it true?
Yes, sir.
Plea of guilty entered.
UPDF spokesperson General Richard Balenzi confirmed this ruling but urged the public to abide with the measures put by government.
For us as security forces, we are disciplining ourselves and people must really discipline themselves. This is the only way we can save our lives and also avoid the hands of the security forces. If you don't want the security forces to touch you, please get disciplined, conform to all the guidelines and the directives that have been given to us. We also invite the media to join the campaign against these very people that are threatening our existence. Expose them the way you always expose others. So this is a campaign we need to conduct collectively. The media people, us in security, and other leaders of ours. We must continue to educate and expose those members of the public that are putting our people and our country into danger by flouting the rules, by not living to our expectations, by not adhering to the guidelines and directives that have been given to us by government.
The prosecution lawyer, Lieutenant Eric Duabwa Akandwanirira, then requested for court to sentence the soldiers to a lengthy conviction so they could be an example to other officers.
Causing actual bodily harm and doing grievous bodily harm are very rampant and serious cases under the UPDF Code of Conduct. I pray that the convicts be given deterrent sentences for the rest of the UPDF force to learn from them so that they don't repeat the same mistakes.
But the defense lawyer, Captain Augustine Tumwebaze, prayed for leniency from the court-martial since these are young officers aged between 24 to 45 years.
Above submission, we pray that this court, while passing a sentence, be lenient to the convict and give them a lenient sentence, preferably a caution, Your Honor.
However, after a lengthy deliberation, the 4th Infantry Division Chairman, Colonel Godfrey Nambafu, and his team decided that the soldiers, who all belong to the 71st Battalion, serve a 6-month detention at their headquarters in Gulu.
Serve the sentence concurrently, meaning you will serve 6 months for all the counts. You have the right to appeal the decision of this court within 14 days from today to the General Court-Martial.
So, while the public correctly demands high standards of discipline from the forces, we equally strongly demand a reciprocal gesture by totally abiding to the measures put in place by government. No one should make a mistake and doubt our will and means to enforce firmly these measures aimed at preventing the spread of COVID-19. We'll continue to operate and enforce these measures firmly, but of course in a humane way. Remember, we have never lost any war and will not allow some people to undermine the efforts put in place to win this current war.
The division spokesperson, Major Caesar Olweny, welcomed the sentence but also warned the community to adhere to the presidential directives, stop organizing mini-bars at home and stop breaking the 7 p.m. to 6:30 curfew.
It's wrong for our community members not to listen to their leadership, not to listen to the security forces. I'm talking this out of a well-informed point of view because we are the ones moving outside, trying to guide our people never to turn their homes into bars, never to turn their shops. That has already been told we should not open. But you find somebody opens the shop even beyond 10. People are selling, lodges are working. People are selling warages. You find the whole door is locked from outside, but inside there, a multitude of people.
But I want to assure the public that these are individual actions of misguided people who might have been overzealous. Our duty as a ministry and as the institutions responsible is to make sure that we shall take action against these errand officers on a case-by-case basis. Like the President said, security should arrest wrongdoers professionally, firmly, humanely, and have them arraigned in courts of law. That is the duty, very firmly. Anybody who continues to exhibit discipline will be punished. We have arrested some personnel who have become overzealous in implementing the directives, and they are due for trial. I can give you the example of the 11 police officers in Elegu border area who went and assaulted innocent people who were in a lodge. Those have been committed for trial, including the UPDF and so on who were involved. All of them will be treated according to the law. And this must serve as an example to the forces to make sure that they act with the discipline. But also we are telling them not to cow down. They must continue with their work, firmly, professionally, and humanely. At the same time, I want to appeal to the population. As I said at the beginning, these directives which have been given by the President are not given for fun. And the President has made it clear that these are extraordinary times when each of us individually and as a force must take extraordinary steps to keep alive. Why should we not comply with these directives? Why? So we are appealing to the public to make sure that you make total compliance with these directives. Let us comply with them. They are for our own safety, our own lives, and life is very short. After a very short period of time, as I've said, after a month or two, these steps, these directives will be relaxed and we shall go back to our normal duty. But at this moment, my appeal is please follow the directives so that it is not necessary for the enforcement officers to go extra miles to make sure that you abide by them.
We, however, are very, very disappointed, extremely concerned with those Ugandans who still think that it is business as usual. This category of people is really putting our country into danger. So some few individuals have continued not to follow the rules. For example, on the curfew. We continue to see people moving after curfew time. We continue to see people on borders. We continue to see an increased number of private cars without stickers and not really of essential service providers still maneuvering around in town. We continue to wonder what they are doing and whether they really understand that our country is in danger if we don't exercise self-discipline, if we don't conform to the guidance and directives that have been given to us by government. For us as security forces, we are disciplining ourselves, and people must really discipline themselves. This is the only way we can save our lives and also avoid the hands of the security forces. If you don't want the security forces to touch you, please get disciplined, conform to all the guidelines and the directives that have been given to us. We also invite the media to join the campaign against these very people that are threatening our existence. Expose them the way you always expose others. So this is a campaign we need to conduct collectively. The media people, us in security, and other leaders of ours. We must continue to educate and expose those members of the public that are putting our people and our country into danger by flouting the rules, by not living to our expectations, by not adhering to the guidelines and directives that have been given to us by government.
I want to continue confirming to those who are errant and defiant that we still have enough space in the prisons. If you think you are going to default and get away with it, as long as police gets you, we are ready to receive you. So please, why don't you heed the instructions? Why don't you heed the guidelines? We stay home and we stay safe for God and my country.